Hey everyone, welcome back to The Truth, where today we're going to go over predictions for week 3 of the NFL. Starting off Thursday, tomorrow, here are I managed to be able to pull up the injury list. Um, Look, here's what it looks like. Saquon's out for the Giants. Ben Brenderson is out. The linebacker is questionable. Azeez Ojulari is out. Wandale Robinson is questionable, and Andrew Thomas is out. And then Brandon Ayuk is questionable, and Ambry Thomas is questionable. With that in mind, with the 49ers playing better, and then the Giants having so many players out, I think the 49ers get a dominant win. You know, Ayuk's something to keep monitored, but I think other than that, that's kind of thinking. Patriots versus Jets. Patriots at Jets. Patriots are 0-2 and Jets are 1-1. No injuries are being reported, but Aaron Rodgers will not play. I mean, that's obvious. With that being said, I like that Patriots defense. Give me the New England Patriots to technically upset the New York Jets. I like that defense. I think it's going to give that quarterback some trouble. Titans versus Browns. This is a tough one. I would want to go Browns, but with Nick Chubb being injured, now the O-line is good, but I mean, look, the Titans arguably have the best run defense in the league, and I like that D-line. I do. If Tannehill, that is my one thing. If Tannehill doesn't turn over the ball, I think Titans are going to win this game, and that's who I have. That's who I'm predicting right now is the Titans to win this game. Because look, it's hard for me with how sloppy they played. It's a short week. The Browns play on a short week, and how sloppy they played. It's hard for me to say, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns. It really is. Detroit versus Atlanta. No injuries reported. I don't know if there are any injuries. Yeah, no other injuries are reported. So I'm gonna scroll up and go back to this. But Detroit versus Atlanta. Man, that's another tough one. Atlanta's secondary is pretty good. Their linebacking core is their weak point. I feel like D-line's not too bad either. Offensive wise, dude, they need to show me more to pass the football. Desmond Ridder, that's the one nick I have on offense. They need to prove to me they can pass the football because it did not look good last week. But that run game looked really good. And that's where it's kind of like, do I think they can hang with Detroit with the run game? And I don't know. I think Detroit just scores so efficiently. I know they lost one of their starting running backs, but they do still have Jahmyr Gibbs. It's hard for me to go out there and say, yeah, I mean, Atlanta's going to win this game when on paper Detroit's the better team. And when you watch that Seahawks game, they put up 31 points. Like, is Atlanta going to be able to hang with that? Or is their defense going to be able to stop that? And that's the question. I don't know. I really don't. If so, I think they could win this game. I think it'll be closer than people think, but give me Detroit. Let's go back up to the AFC because that's a little bit easier. Texans versus Jaguars. I think that's self-explanatory. Jaguars are good. They're a really good team. It's going to be hard for the Texans to pull this one out. I know it's a divisional game, but still the Jaguars are just a better team overall. I'd probably look for Calvin Ridley if he's healthy this game. Colts versus Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Anthony Richardson's out. Gardner Minshew's in. I don't know if Gardner Minshew is going to be able to have that athleticism that Anthony Richardson had, which kept the offense afloat. So give me Baltimore. The Broncos versus the Dolphins. Dude, I got to see more from the Broncos. I got to see more from them. To keep up with the Dolphins, the Dolphins score a lot of points. I mean, they're going to throw it on you. They got some dogs at receivers. And they're a fast team. So it's hard for me to say, yeah, because the Broncos do have a good defense, but it's hard for me just to go out there and say, yeah, they're gonna be one of those teams. Defensively, we're still waiting on Jalen Ramsey to come back. They're not too bad, but that Broncos offense, I don't know if they can hang with that Dolphins offense. Steelers versus Raiders. Give me the Steelers. I'm not high on the Raiders. The Steelers had a bounce back win against the Browns, and I think they're gonna have another win this game. AFC versus NFC. Um, give me give me the Buffalo Bills over the Commanders. I think this one's another obvious one where it's just like they're just a better team, and I love the fact that last week they ran the football. If they do that and they pass, I think they'll have a great game this year. This week, this year. Um, Vikings versus Chargers. To the Chargers, which team goes 0-3? That's tough. Justin Jefferson looks so good this year, though. It's so hard for me because Justin Jefferson looks so freaking good. It's just that Vikings defense. Give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings. I'll probably regret this, but give me the Vikings. It's just so hard when you have Justin Jefferson on that offense to say, yeah, they're not going to score. Like he's not going to put them in great positions. Like guys, he's averaging like over 100. I think he's averaging like 150 yards a game or something like that. Something crazy. He's doing amazing right now. The Bears versus Chiefs. Yeah, no way. The Bears are upsetting the Chiefs. That's Chiefs dub all the way. Holy cow, that's wild. I have the NFC is like doing really well against the AFC right now. That's crazy. Um, Rams versus Bengals. Oh, it's so tough. That is so tough. On paper, I like the Bengals, but they're just playing. They're in Cincinnati. Let me go to the Rams. I know they're in Cincinnati, but they're playing too bad for me not to think that the Rams with Puka and how they're running right now. I know they just traded Cam Akers for I think a couple pick swaps with the Vikings, but it's hard for me to say with the Rams that they're not gonna win. They have Aaron Donald. It's tough for me. It's tough for me. Another tough game. New Orleans at Green Bay. Green Bay's home opener. New Orleans defense just looks so good. This is tough. Like Jordan Love's played some not too bad defenses, but I mean, New Orleans defense just looks good. I mean, my main thing is how well are they going to be able to run the ball? Because if they get one dimensional, give me New Orleans. If New Orleans makes the Packers one dimensional, it's over. I mean, I don't care if it will probably be a squeaker game, but I mean, if New Orleans can make them one dimensional, the game's over. I mean, with how good that defense is playing, like I know the one thing is I know, um, I think it's Marcus May, the Saints safety. He did get suspended for 3 games, so I think that's the one red herring. But other than that, that defense looks so good. It's so hard to say that they're not, because I mean they can stop. They're stopping the run so efficiently, and my suspicions were right in the fact that Derrick Henry week 1 carried that running offense. Because you saw against Carolina, they couldn't run the football. They really could. They might have had a couple breakaway runs for like 10, 15 yards. But other than that, they were smushed. And that's what troubled Bryce Young offense so much. That Carolina offense was because they made them one dimensional. It's so tough because I think they'll Marcus May being out, and then I know for this defense, Derek Carr is going to be the best quarterback they faced so far. Derek Carr has been doing well. That offensive line has such struggles, but the Packers haven't gotten to the quarterback a lot. They've gotten a couple pressures and 1 sack, I think, but they didn't last week. I don't think they don't really get to the quarterback a lot. Give me New Orleans. That's another one where it could go another way. Packers could win this game, but it really revolves around that defense. If the Saints make them one dimensional, I honestly think it's over. Unless like the Saints' backup safety is just atrocious. Carolina versus Seattle. Give me Seattle. with the inability of that Carolina offense, I don't think they're going to be able to hang with Seattle. And then Cowboys over Arizona. Dallas has dominated all their teams so far, so I think they're going to continue to dominate. Um, give me give me Eagles over Bucks. I think this is where the Bucks lose. I could, I mean, we could easily see every NFC South team lose a game here. It could happen. It's hard for me to say that they could, but I mean, I don't know if I could switch. I don't know if I could definitely see Atlanta and New Orleans swapping or them both losing, but right now I do like Dallas over Arizona just because Arizona we think is the worst team so far, and Dallas's defense looks so good. I think it's going to cause them a lot of troubles. And then the Eagles, I know they played some sloppy football, but they're still the Eagles. That defense is still up there. You know, they're slowly getting back on pace. They have some weapons. I think it's going to be too hard for that Tampa Bay team to keep up with not New England, with the Philadelphia Eagles. We do have a little bit more time, so let's talk about some football news. So the Rams are trading Cam Akers. Here it is, and a 2026 seventh round pick to the Minnesota Vikings for an exchange for a conditional 2026 round pick. Probably, I think I'd imagine the conditional would be up to, depending on how well he does, up to maybe a fifth or maybe even a fourth. But I mean, that's just the Rams getting compensation back. Look, they're a young team. Looks like they drafted well. Looks like they so far put together a good team. We'll see how that continues. But yeah. Speaking of Travis Hunter, the NFL is back. If we scroll down to, sorry guys, give me a sec. This one, Deion Sanders says his son Shadur Sanders doesn't take a backseat to the top prospect. That's a lot of high talk. Don't look. I like Shadur. I got to see more. I think this is his only season at an actual like FBS level. So I got to see more. I got to see him go against some elite defenses to really make me think, yeah, he's better than Caleb Williams. I think he's shown a lot. I think so far he's shown, hey, he can put it together. But I want to see more. I want to see more from Shadur. And then we'll end it off with one more. We'll end it off with this. Saquon gets injured. I feel so bad for Saquon because he was giving it his all, and that I do think the Giants are going to suffer on offense wise because that part of that offense ran through Saquon. Like Saquon was such an integral part of that offense. So it sucks to see him go. It really does. I'm not sure what his injury is yet, like officially, like how long that timetable will be for his injury, but it sucks. It really does. I know I don't like to end it on a low note, but it really does suck. Keep your prayers up for him. Let's try not to end it on a low note. If there's any other interesting information. Scrolling. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find. I'm trying to find something where we can end it on a high note. So that way it's not as bad as this looks. I mean, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Um, named one of the time. I know this isn't what we used to talk about. Sorry for interrupting, but I know this is. I'm just trying to end it on a high note, like I said before. But Jalen Hurts named one of the Time magazine's top 100 rising stars. But Jalen Hurts is good. I want to do a film study, and this year, kind of, I don't know if it's officially going to happen, but this year I do want to cover the NFL in the offseason and make my top 32 and rank my quarterbacks this year. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it. I'll try to. I'll try to do my best. I don't know if I'll be able to, but that's kind of throwing some nuggets of information out there. We'll see what we can do. But Jalen Hurts is going to be an interesting guy to go over. It's going to be similar to how I do the quarterbacks for college football, the other videos I've posted. It's going to be very similar to that. And just bear with me as I grow, as I consume more film, as I get better as a film analysis. But hey guys, thanks for watching. I tried to aim on a higher note. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little wonky. I wanted to end it on a higher note throughout the season. It's going to be really interesting to see. Before I end the video, I'm sorry, this is so unprofessional. Let's look over how the divisions look so far with my predictions. We have the 49ers going 3-0, the Rams going 2-1, the Seahawks going 2-1, and the Cardinals finishing 0-3. We have the Saints 3-0, Falcons 2-1, Buccaneers 2-1, and Panthers 0-3. We have the Cowboys 3-0 with a division win. I should mention that. Eagles 3-0. We have the Commanders 2-1 and the Giants 1-2. We have the NFC North, the Lions 2-1, Packers 1-2, Vikings 1-2, and Bears 0-3. We have the Texans 0-3, the Colts 1-2, the Titans 2-1, and the Jaguars 2-1. The Chargers 0-3, the Broncos 0-3, the Raiders 1-2, and the Chiefs 2-1. The Jets 1-2, the Patriots 1-2, the Bills 2-1, and the Dolphins 3-0 right now. The surprise, dang, the Bengals are 0-3. That's so tough. That's tough to see. It's really hard to imagine because of their roster. The Bengals 0-3, the Browns 1-2, the Steelers 2-1, and the Ravens 3-0. That's how I have it. Thank you all for watching. I know it was crazy format. I didn't mean to do it like this. I'm sorry. I just want to get this video out and this is what it developed into. But I still hope you enjoy it. I hope this is nice to watch. Maybe tonight or tomorrow morning or whenever tomorrow before the game starts. And just give me some feedback on what y'all think, what I can do better on videos, what you like, who you want me to talk about, what you want me to talk about. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time.